Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.
This is not Dizzie Mac. This is Ronnie B. I'm here with the First Lady of Sports Talk, the one and only Cheryl Smith. And we do have the Shimmy Shake Girls. Our panel includes this week Joe, Midas Mind Miller. You know he's the man with the plan. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
All right. Hey, we love having your smiling face here. But First Lady, we are ready. What you saying?
Each week we try to figure out what is going on in the sports world. Not the plays of the week, more like the players of the week. Are they trying to tell us something? So we ask, what you saying? Time keeps on, fly little birdie fly. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. So I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let the spirit carry me. I want to fly right into the future. The little birdies known as the Rams wish they could fly far, far away from the beatdown handed to them by the Chicago Bears. The Rams got beat so bad, Jeff Fisher put on his 85 Bears Super Bowl ring to cheer himself up. Are the Bears one game away from being the hottest team in the NFL? Did our panel really think that Jay Cutler would throw more interceptions than Peyton Manning? Are the Green Bay Packers contenders or pretenders? Did you see that butt-whooping Ronda Rousey wishes she could fly far, far away from? Dick Butkus, Mike Singletary, Muhammad Ali, Walter Payton, and the Steve Miller Band are asking, what you saying? I mean, yeah, the Bears and Jay Cutler are really playing well, Joe. They are really playing well. They have won 2 games in a row. But if they win another game, now I'm still not going to call them the hottest team in the NFL when you still have 2 undefeated teams like the Patriots and the Panthers, because they are the hottest teams in the NFL. But fans in Chicago, they should celebrate the Bears' turnaround. I mean, I was so amazed to say that Jay Cutler has been one of the hottest quarterbacks for 2 consecutive games. I mean, he has not even thrown an interception. Yes, Joe, you and I thought Jay would throw more interceptions than Peyton Manning, but Dizzie Mac got that right, because Peyton Manning had 4 interceptions. I mean, that was such a sad day to see a quarterback like Peyton Manning deteriorating right before our eyes. I mean, I just don't understand it. But, yeah, the Chicago Bears got a lot to celebrate. I mean, because, you know, it seems like Jay Cutler is finally being that quarterback that everybody thought he would be. Now, as far as the Green Bay Packers, yeah, I don't know. They definitely are pretenders. I mean, they've lost 3 games in a row. Their defense has given up more than 1,200 yards in the last 3 games. And their offense is...
Wow.
Yeah, 1,200 yards in the last 3 games. And poor Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he is still a bad man, but unfortunately, he just doesn't have the playmakers to throw the ball to, because his playmakers are, you know, they're not getting free. They just can't seem to get open. They're not as fast as they used to be. They don't have that deep threat. I mean, they are really struggling to score touchdowns. And, you know, there's just so many holes in the cheese heads right now, Joe. And let's say, speaking of holes, there were so many holes in Ronda Rousey defense that Holly Holm let everybody know that Floyd Mayweather is still the real undefeated champ. So, Joe, what do you think about all this carrying on?
Money weather.
First Lady, you get every point right on the head. Well, let me tell you something. Now, you know, I'm a Chicago-born boy, and I would love to think that the Bears are a win away from being the hottest team in the league. But you're right. We got undefeated teams out there. And honestly, my feelings have been so hurt over the last 5 or 6 years. I'm not certain that Jay Cutler is the truth yet. Now, he's on his best behavior. He is on his best behavior. However, Peyton Manning did throw 4 interceptions in that game. And if Peyton throws 4 interceptions, what that means is 4 extra offensive possessions for Chicago. Now, I'm giving that credit to Chicago's defense. And
the Bears didn't play
Peyton,
Denver.
well, thank you.
They played the Rams. They flew out the Rams.
I'm sorry.
The Bears played with Denver this week.
I'm giving that credit to the Rams defense. And
the Rams defense, Joe, they got blown out, 57 points or something like that? You give credit to the Chicago Bears defense.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I said at first. I'm giving credit to the Chicago Bears defense. And I just think that Cutler, I'm afraid, is going to be Cutler before this year is over. And I'm a Bears fan, and I don't want it to be. But I just see it as a win streak that happens because the broke clock is right twice a day. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's real yet. I want to think it's real, but I don't think it's real. Ronda Rousey,
not a believer.
Yeah, I'm not a believer. Yeah, I want to be a believer, but I've invested so much and I've lost so much on the investment over the last 4 or 5 years that I am hoping John Fox is totally fixed this situation. He's where Cutler started, and he understands something more than the rest of us understand about Jay Cutler. But I just think it's a problem. In Ronda Rousey's case, I really got excited. I watched the weigh-in. I watched Ronda's intensity. I watched the kind preacher daughter, Holly Holm. And you know what? She was just a nice person other than the fact that she put her right fist on Ronda's face and pushed her a little bit when Ronda ran up into her face and intimidated her. I had no idea she was going to come, beat her with a bat like she did. It was ridiculous. Mm. And I think Ronda needs a lot of time off because you can't be the baddest woman on the planet and then take that kind of butt whooping and then also pursue the persona of being overwhelming. I'm just going to come overwhelm you when you have just recently been overwhelmed. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, she is overwhelmed. What do you think about the Packers? Are they pretenders or contenders?
The Packers are contenders. Unfortunately, even though they've had these losses, I saw something in last week's loss. There was this ugly, fat, slow tight end named Perillo. And you know what? He was found for the first time by Aaron Rodgers. And if you give a bad man a way to get out of a bad situation, he's going to get out of that bad situation. I looked on fantasy football and I realized nobody owns Perillo. Nobody believes in Perillo. But if Devontae Adams isn't catching, if Randall Cobb isn't getting open, if James Jones is showing his age, Perillo is about to be a star.
Okay, he found a new weapon is what you're trying to say. All right.
The fantasy pick. Well, First Lady, first off, I know that in First Lady's other career, she's in the medical industry, legally. And just want to make that clarification. And so, she's, been around, the top professionals in the medical world. And so, First Lady, I will give you the diagnosis for the Joe Midas Mind is that he's suffering from PTCSS. Okay? Now, PTCSS is post-traumatic Chicago sports syndrome. And it happens when you've grown up in Chicago and you love the city. You may move, especially when you've had to move away and, just realize the treatment of Chicago sports fans. Love you, Michael Jordan. 85 Bears. Go Hawks. But other than that, but there are cures to post-traumatic Chicago stress syndrome.
Okay.
And usually they involve cruises in the Caribbean.
Okay.
So
winning is not one
I
of the
just wanted to give you the diagnosis.
Okay.
I hope I put it in layman's terms. PTCSS.
All right.
Okay.
So that's a
now,
new one. Okay. All right.
All
right. Back over to you.
And I don't blame Jeff Fisher for putting on his '85 Bears Super Bowl ring, because that's about as close as he's going to get to a Super Bowl at this point until they can get a quarterback. Which is like all the other teams that ain't there. They need a quarterback. They just now if the I'll say the Bears being the Bears if the Bears win against Denver, and I do get that the Panthers and the Patriots undefeated. Okay, but I kind of go that I would still make an argument that they're the hottest team because they've had to pick up. At this point, the Panthers and the Panthers and Patriots, they're dominating. They didn't have to pick up, okay? So they ain't lost no steam. But I would have to go for the comeback. I'd have to go to the Bears, and I'm going to say the Packers are pretenders. They're pretenders.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that was a butt whooping. And it does prove that somebody come in with skills. Your physical dominance. It's just like the boxer versus the fighter. There have been some great boxing champions who were great fighters, and better boxers came and knocked them on their butt. So, but she'll be back. This should make her even better.
Oh, you think she's? I think she's going to be taking off some time. She has some other things that she wants to do. Movies.
I didn't say next week. She got to hide.
But that was
got to lay low.
Very embarrassing.
She got to lay low. She got to go speak to the Zen master.
Yeah, well, she was getting kind of cocky there, going up against Floyd Mayweather. So, but I have to give Floyd respect.
Do you know that Floyd has offered her boxing training?
Yeah, he was very respectful to her after she lost, and Floyd could have gone in on her real hard as the way she treated him. So I give Floyd respect for it.
Midas Mind, don't you smell the money? Floyd is going. We can do this stuff. I'm the ex-woman beater who then took the real woman beater and brought her back.
Yeah. Floyd's into making money. So money Mayweather.
The public will buy it if Floyd trains her to box.
Oh God! Oh yeah. I think she's gonna be better, but okay. But first lady. Oh well, okay. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, rocking my peers and putting suckers in fears, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. Explosion overpowering over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics, I make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare, you better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest. That'll all get sliced and diced. Competition paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. We are not talking about Mayon, the famous mullah, China, with her healthy self, or Trish Stratus. We are talking about the knockout punch landed by Father Time on Peyton Manning. First Lady, Midas Mind. It was so cruel. One moment the stadium and the game are frozen in time for you to receive accolades for your passing prowess. The next moment, 4 interceptions, and you getting the hook. Does Peyton go down as the greatest regular season quarterback? Is there something left in the tank? And should the Broncos drink it? Should Peyton go to the booth or start a movie career? If he retires, will they finally hit those damn nationwide insurance commercials? Steve Atwater called Mecklenburg, Floyd Little, and John Lynch are asking what you saying. First of all, Father Time is cruel. And one moment you were like, but I could, and back. No, you on the bench there. And you notice that nobody went by to give him no kind of sympathy. I said, they just all other players just kind of left him in his own little zone. Man, go back and let him check out your arms or something so that we don't even want to like he got the plague all of a sudden. But now I do not, because I've heard this said a bunch of times, that Peyton is the greatest regular season quarterback. Not as long as Tom Brady playing. Tom Brady has an undefeated regular season. I didn't see Peyton Manning do that.
Uh-oh.
And and then I don't have the stats handy, but Peyton got more regular season wins than Tom Brady. And if he happened to, Tom Brady getting ready to play at least another season. Might get away with another one before Father Time kick him in the butt. But I don't know. See, Tom, I won't say he'll defy Father Time, but I think his supermodel wife, she got the inside trick to the fountain of youth pills. The kind that don't show up on the test. So hey, I'm like, because I'm checking her. Now wait just a minute. That I know they put makeup, but makeup ain't that good. Wait, come on, So I don't know. I think she done hit by me. Look, here the little secrets we use in our world. Now, does Peyton have something left in the tank? Don't drink it. Whatever it is, don't drink it. It went sour and foul. Leave it alone. I do think that Peyton should go. Peyton, do not go to the booth. Don't go to the booth. Don't. I mean, you could. He'd be fun in the booth because I've seen him on Saturday Night Live. Got a good sense of humor. But Peyton, it's the movies, man. That's the biggie money. Go do the movie thing. Hey, get in about 2-3 action comedies. Brother, look, Peyton, just talk to me in Midas Mind, after the show. Got you covered. Midas Mind, on that note.
Let me say, Ronnie B., Peyton Manning is he's one of the greatest ever. And I say one of the greatest ever. Regular season quarterbacks. I mean, we watched amazing things over years. Since he left Tennessee, when he left Tennessee, we could see that this guy was going to be special. But over the first 3 years of his pro career, he kind of really moved into another level for what we were seeing in consistency. Could Marvin Harrison have even been Marvin Harrison without Peyton Manning? I wonder. I think as a football mind, he may well be the best that's ever lined up behind a center. And I think the problem that Peyton is having now is denial. When you can get down behind your center or get in a shotgun behind your center, you can absolutely read the right defense. You can change your play. You can audible and be the best at making the best possible outcome happen. And then you can't physically perform anymore what you were able to perform yesterday. It's a very rude awakening because you know what to do. You just can't do it. That's a problem. And for that reason, I think he should be in the booth. I don't think he should go to movies. He's got a face for radio. That's definite. And outside of Papa John commercials, you see, Aaron Rodgers can do discount, double check. He can kind of be static, but it'll still play because he's a bad man. And he's Aaron Rodgers. He can do it. He can get away with it. But Peyton, Peyton's another guy. Let's not short this anymore. He's not going to go be a movie superstar.
Well, we didn't say romantic roles, you know.
Okay, all right. But still,
come on, we talking, a little comedy, action, adventure. Shoot, he'll rack up. But go ahead, bye.
But if you're going to be a great American hero, but because you're leaning on your sports career, you have to stand up and be the big, strong, gallant man. You can't do that with that mug. You can't do that. You need to be in the booth saying what Audible's quarterback should have done. From the booth, you'll teach young quarterbacks. You'll teach owners. People will get a sense of how in-depth your knowledge goes at taking a defense apart. And you know what? The next thing you know, you'll be making $4 or $5 million as an offensive coordinator soon to be a coach.
All right. Well, we'll check in with First Lady, but $100 million doing a movie. First Lady.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it was hard to see Peyton Manning. He was such an elite quarterback. You could say he probably is the greatest regular season quarterback. He holds most of the records when it comes to quarterbacks for a regular season. Yeah, Tom Brady is still there, has more wins, but I think Peyton has most of the records for the regular season. We all know Tom Brady excels better in the playoffs in the second season than Peyton Manning did. But Father Time definitely has caught up to Peyton Manning, and I was so glad that Coach Kubiak took him out of the game because it was kind of embarrassing to watch at that point after 4 interceptions. And but Peyton doesn't feel that way. Unfortunately, Peyton has become a little diva. He was upset that Coach Kubiak took him out of the game. Really, he was. He really felt that he still should be playing. And even though he has a torn plantar fascia, he still believes that he doesn't want to take time off. He wants to play. But the coach is making a different decision. And, come on, Peyton. You've had 17 interceptions for the season and only 9 touchdowns. So let's give the new quarterback, Brock Osweiler. I can't even pronounce his name. Don't even know who he is.
Osweiler.
Let's give him a chance. And, Peyton needs to check his ego because, unfortunately, there's nothing left in the tank for Peyton. And Peyton, he needs to embrace this quarterback. He needs to stop acting like a diva. He hasn't been attending the meetings. He hasn't even spoken to Osweiler about Sunday's game plan. So, he's become divish. Believe it or not, they're going to have a quarterback controversy because if this new quarterback does real well, Peyton is not going to be, he's not one that wants to sit on the bench. But I think this will be his final season. Even if he doesn't want to retire, I just believe that it's time that the Denver Broncos will move in a different direction. So Peyton, like everything Joe says, Peyton doesn't have the face to be in the movies. He would be better announcer. He knows the game. That's his strong point. And, if he can retire to that and be a coach one day. And I don't think we're going to get rid of those damn nationwide commercials because now that he's retired, he can talk more about insurance.
Oh, God.
That's the sad part about it. I'm tired of those commercials, too.
Okay. Well, First Lady, on that note, and Peyton, $100 million a movie, brother. First Lady, take us to break.
The first 2 listeners to email us or send a shout-out why the ladies mentioned are grouped together will receive a $25 gift card from our friends at sportsacademy.com and an additional $25 gift card from our partners at nflshop.com. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have a performance from the Nice on the first part of Shout-Out.
Let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough? I bet you'd love more, right? Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. So what do you have to do to get your 10 free gifts? It's not hard. Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code FREE61 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts. Go check out adamandeve.com today. Select one item and get 10 free gifts, including free shipping, when you enter offer code FREE61. That's FREE61 at adamandeve.com.
The music flows in from around the globe to get a shout-out from the panel. First Lady, I can't wait to hear the music from Nice.
On Shout Out, we feature new independent artists who are looking to find their shining star. If we like what we hear, we'll give the track a shout-out. If we don't like it, we hit the mute. This morning we have Nice out of Queens, New York, with his album, I Got Her Saying. All right, DJ, let's hear Come Along, Join Me.
It's my time, homies. Oh, yeah. Right. When I make 100,000, I'ma pass it to my homies. I suggest you journey now. If you want, you gon' be lonely. Come along. Oh, when I make 200,000, I'ma pass it to my baby. I suggest you journey now. If you want it, drop your baby. Come along. Come along. Alright.
Go home.
I was born in 95, 96, man, I was talking. I was born in 95, 97, I was walking. I was born in 95, by 98 I was blind. They telling me take my time. Nah, I'm pressed with time. I want that overseas money, that growing trees money, that when I walk in, boy, you know it's me money. Had a dream back in first grade when I first prayed that I would shake the world up like an earthquake. Wanna meet the baddest girl and undress her, make her look up in the mirror and tell her she's something special. If she wanna come along, I'ma let her. But if she don't, then it's fine, cause this life might have better. When I make 100,000, I'ma pass it to my homies. I suggest you join me now. If you want, you gon' be lonely. Come along. Come along. Oh, when I make 200,000, I'ma pass it to my baby. I suggest you join me now. If you wanna drop your baby, come along. Come along. I was born in 95, 96, man, I was talking. I was born in 95, 97, I was walking. I was born in 95, by 98 I was blind. Killing rappers is the crime, but fuck it, I do the time. You blind on mine, already got yours. Oh yeah, I'm eating, but I'm hungry, and I really want more. I hit my girl up like, baby, I know you glad with me working, because I have to be. Fuck her until she mad with me, then watch some Grey's Anatomy. Them white people hate to see a black man right, but damn, I fucking love to live this black man life. I know Martin Luther King is rolling over in his grave, especially when he and Kanye talking about we new slaves. Wow. When I make 100,000, I'ma pass it to my homies. I suggest you join me now. If you want, you gon' be lonely. Come along. Come along. Oh, when I make 200,000, I'ma pass it to my baby. I suggest you join me now. If you wanna drop your baby, come along. Come along. Oh, I really want it now. I cannot wait no more. It's smiling in my face, but they hate me from afar. That made me on. That made me on. I really want it now. I cannot wait no more. It's smiling in my face, but they hate me from afar. That made me on. Oh, that made me on. So come along. When I make 100,000, I'ma pass it to my homies. I suggest you join me now. If you want, you gon' be lonely. Come along. Come along. Oh, when I make 200,000, I'ma pass it to my baby. I suggest you join me now. If you want,
along. So is this track giving a shout out? Are we going to hit the mute button? All right, Dizzie Mac, what do you think about coming along? Come along. Join me.
It was a little bit unorthodox, but I'm going to give him a shout out because, again, he took a chance and he stayed in that lane and he kept it moving. So we gave him a shout out. The Shimmy Shake Girls were kind of shimmying and shaking to it, offbeat that is, but they still were doing it.
All right. Joe, Midas Mind, what did you think about Come Along?
I'll tell you, First Lady, I think Nice is making a case for bubblegum rap.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much he said, I'm a BG. I stayed a BG, ride with me. And you know what? If you can sell 1 million copies of that, I'm going to come along with you and give him a shout out.
All right. Ronnie B?
Well, one, I like the tempo, nice little upbeat track, and I was slowly getting into the lyrics some, so I'd like to hear it again, but it kept, like Dizzie Mac said, it kept moving, nice upbeat where you could have some fun with it, and but I got to listen to it again for the lyrics a little bit more, but I'm going to give it a shout out.
You're going to shout it out? I'm going to shout it out. You know, the lyrics basically he talked about, he came a long way from being a blind rapper. He's blind, and you know, he's saying regardless of whatever problems you have, you can come along. So join him. So I'm definitely shouting out. So it had a little message to the words, what he was rapping about, and like you said, it still had a good beat to it. So I'm definitely going to shout it out. So that was Come Along, Join Me. And on part 2 of Shout Out, we'll have another performance from Nice. Is that the sound of my favorite underwater friend? Is it time for Flip It?
Time for Flip It, where our hosts defend a point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. Don Hudson, Lance Allworth, and Steve Largent were great wide receivers. Would they be recognized in today's NFL, given they are white? We asked the panel to defend. Top white receivers are respected just as much as their non-white counterparts. They have simply avoided Twitter and Facebook, so you don't hear as much about them. A playmaker is a playmaker. Dizzie Mac, defend.
Yes, man, too. Have you seen them old films? Last always separating from black defensive backs. I mean, I running them. Bambi. I'm telling you, last always. Shout out to the University of Arkansas. Steve Largent. Man, come on. Would have been a great slot receiver. Wouldn't have been able to stop him. And could catch the ball. Don Hudson. Hey, he was wrecking havoc up there on the frozen tundra of Green Bay. Wasn't nobody stopping him. Charlie, they would be recognized. Definitely. I mean, they have to be, and I think their talents were so unique. Hey, you got to recognize them. You know, I mean, hey, avoid Twitter, Facebook. You know, hey, that's why you don't hear that much about Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola. But hey, what does Tom Brady do? He makes the Greg Bradys and the superstars because he goes to them. and they come up big. Like I said, Julian Edelman, if you look it up, has the highest, the highest yards per punt return in the NFL, active. Now, not Devin Hester, not Patrick Peterson, Julian Edelman. Give you guys the props because they can play just like their predecessors could play. This is the NFL. And who says some of the wide receivers can't have fun? They are doing it. A playmaker is a playmaker. And they're playmakers. Shimmy Shake Girls agree. They got their number 19 San Diego Charger uniforms on. I'm sitting on an official AFL number 19 baby blue San Diego Charger bearskin rug and honor. That's all worth. University of Arkansas, baby.
All right, we heard the defense from Dizzie Mac, but we need the Midas Mind to chime in. Top white receivers are respected just as much as their non-white counterparts. Defend.
Ronnie B, I happen to look up just a few stats. Top wide receivers are just top wide receivers. It doesn't have anything to do with white or black. They're absolutely respected. And in today's world, if you took those older age white receivers and they were doing what they were doing then relative to the rest of the league, there's no way to disrespect them. Let me say this. I looked at Steve Largen's stats. 13,089 yards. That's nice. Yeah. Over 13 seasons. This guy averaged 1,000 yards a season. Let me give you a comparison. Steve Smith. Yeah, the Steve Smith. 13,932 yards. Over 14 seasons. Not quite 1,000 yards a season. Do you think he'd be respected? Give me a break. To just rip a cliche from basketball, ball don't lie. If you can play, you can play. Now, Don Hudson, I can't tell you what era that's from. I think he got past Google. But whatever he was doing it at high enough level that people still remember Don Hudson. And it wasn't a pass.
Yeah, they called it the Hall. They called it the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I understand he's a Hall of Famer. I see. But I'm just looking through the top 100 in receiving yards, and he ain't showing up. But in his era, he was something. He was something in his era because it was an era of 3 yards, 2 yards, and a cloud of dust. Every now and then, you get a pass. And when you get that pass, you got to do something with it. And obviously, he did better than virtually everybody else out there. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. So if they do it, with or without Twitter, when you're watching it, they're going to do it. And they're going to get the respect. Does anybody here think that Gronkowski does not get the respect receiving from Brady? Gronk. Absolutely. They get the respect. There's no reverse discrimination here. If you can produce, you're a producer.
All right, we heard the defense from the Midas Mind First Lady. Defend.
The adage that white men are not athletic is ridiculous. Tom Brady is very fortunate that he works with 2 of the top 20 receivers in the league who happen to be white. Rob Gronkowski, ranked number 8, and Julian Edelman, ranked number 18. There's no secret why Tom Brady is the number 1 quarterback in passing yards. There are other great athletic receivers like Jordy Nelson, Greg Olsen, Gary Barnett. These receivers are known for running great patterns that may not be as flashy as other receivers, yet they get the job done. Let's face it, white receivers are low-key compared to their black counterparts. However, you have some receivers like Rob Gronkowski and Julie Edelman that are a little bit quirky in their own way, and they're on Twitter. I mean, a playmaker is a playmaker regardless of their race. And white men can jump.
All right. We heard the defense from the panel, but you know this is Flip It, so we're going to flip the script. We asked the panel to defend. It's entertainment. And the non-white top receivers are flashier, more dynamic, and just better playmakers. Joe Midas Mind Miller defend.
I need to start this off with a disclaimer. The producer.
Old Grumpy Radio is not responsible for the content of Joe Midas Mind Miller.
But let me say this. White receivers aren't getting the credit they deserve. I mean, they go out like Gronkowski, like Julian Edelman, like Danny Amendola, and they produce. Who in the world would think that these guys would be, of all people, not given the flash, the pump, the circumstance of power for what they bring to their teams, like Martavius Bryant does? But they're not. The fact is, we have begun looking at sports as if when a white guy does it, it's an anomaly. It's not an anomaly. It's an athlete getting it done. It's an athlete getting it done. And you know what? Even the white media and their stereotypes have bought into this ignorance, despite the fact that Rob Gronkowski is out here smashing records, despite the fact that undersized Julian Edelman is getting it done, despite the fact that we have a history where we see Steve Largent different than Steve Smith, and he actually averaged more yards per season. Now, I hate to say this, because I am not Daniel Manning or any other black Republican you might know, but the white boys are getting a bad shake at this.
Well, you heard the defense from the Midas Mind. We were having a little bit of technical difficulty with Dizzie Mac. Dizzie Mac, are you there? Will you defend?
Oh yeah, I'm a defend because man, you talking my language, man. You got, like I said, look at Gronk, all on late night TV. Cameras are always following him doing something. He's dancing. He's doing his thing. He's mushing defensive backs and linebackers. Get out of my way. And just mushing them. Get out of my way. They can't stop him. They can hope to maybe contain him. But then you got the wide receivers doing their thing. Julian Edelman. Look at last year in the Super Bowl. Going against the Legion of Doom. The Legion of Boom. And he put it on them. Making himself a household name before everybody. And he caught the winning touchdown pass. What turned out to be. He came through when Ricardo Lockett couldn't come through for Seattle. Edelman beat his man like a drum. Ricardo Lockett couldn't beat his man. And Seattle lost. Man, give them the credit. They're out here doing it on a big stage. I'm going to give it up. That's dynamic. That's a playmaker. Hey, let's just tell it like it is. That's a great Howard Cosell used to say.
All right. We heard the defense from Dizzie Mac. Not sure what he was defending, but he asked the panel to defend. It's entertainment, and the non-white top receivers are flashier, more dynamic, and just better playmakers. First Lady, defend.
The majority of the black wide receivers are very athletic and receive all the accolades because they run patterns on the edges. You see more athletic catches when you're running patterns on the edges down the field. You know, the compliment is you must be able to run fast and be big, which you have more black receivers that fit this bill than white receivers. Most white receivers have deceptive speed and are slot receivers working underneath patterns, which may not require you to be as athletic. Receivers like Odell Beckham, Brandon Marshall, Des Bryant, and Antonio Brown, they make spectacular catches, which shows their athleticism. Whereas receivers like Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski, they run great patterns in the middle of the field, which are not spectacular plays. And let's talk about the entertainment. Black receivers are more flamboyant and dynamic and flashier, especially when there's celebrations.
Yeah.
Dancing in the end zone. Hey, it's all about the entertainment, and that's what black receivers will give you. It's a show.
Okay, it looks like we had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Miss Smith, you there?
I'm here. I'm here. You lost me?
We lost you for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
But we did get to to the part
where
the
entertainment.
Put it down.
Okay. It's about the show with the black receivers. It's all about entertainment.
All right. Well, we heard, and we apologize if we didn't get all of it, but we heard the defense, and it's all entertainment. First Lady, take us to break.
Stay tuned. Coming up next, the funnies and our favorite underwater friend on Flip It Part 2.
Free Mr. Vaughn. Do you answer?
Double that.
Credit card debt was kicking my butt. Filing for bankruptcy was not for me. I spoke with those debt consolidation people who only wanted me to keep the debt I had for what seemed like a century. A friend said, "Your debt destroyed." I said, "What?" They said, "Your debt destroyed." They said, "Contact Sharon at Your Debt Destroyed and let her team of experts eliminate your debt while building up your credit worthiness." I contacted Sharon, and she put her team to work to destroy my debt with a plan that was easy to follow and gave me and my family peace of mind. Don't consolidate your debt, eliminate your debt. Contact Sharon at yourdebtdestroyed.com or call her at 888-431-2829, extension 2.
Welcome back. You are listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. It's time for the funnies. All right, Dizzie Mac, over to you.
First Lady, we do not have our 36 Need to Grow story of the season, but we do have something interesting. Fuck that bitch. Post passport photo to prove name to Facebook. Oh, wow. Canberra, Australia. A Vietnamese Australian man said Facebook has repeatedly suspended his account because administrators did not believe his name was fuck that bitch. Posted a picture of his passport on his Facebook page explaining he needed to prove his real name because the social media site repeatedly shut down his account. Wow. He wrote, "I find it highly irritating the fact that nobody seems to believe me when I say my full legal name is how you see it. I've been accused of using a false and misleading name, of which I find very offensive. Is it because I'm Asian? Is it? Yours sincerely, fuck that bitch." The Evening Standard posted Big's name pronounced "Who that bitch," while News.com identified the correct pronunciation as "Poop Duke bitch." Either way, Big said his passport proves his name is more than just what it seems to be a profane phrase.
That's a name. That's a name for you. That's a name for you right there. Ooh. And I thought Dizzie Mac was something else.
Gosh, that boy gonna get slapped introducing himself a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. Look, let's just hope he doesn't name his child that name. Junior.
Junior. Oh wow. Oh wow. Right. Hopefully he does not get his account suspended. Gosh darn it, if water is splashing on you in the panel on this bearskin rug, it must be time for our favorite underwater friend. It's time for flipping.
Okay, time for flipping while hosts defend a point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. And by the way, that report did come in from United Press International. Our production crew did not make that story up. The NBA season has just started. I mean, I don't even, Dizzie Mac and Midas Mind and Spitface, they're saying, oh man, did you see what happened in the game? I don't even pay attention, but a lot of folks do. The NBA season has just started and looks like the first team mutiny was the Houston Rockets ditching McHale's Navy. Panel defend. Getting rid of Coach McHale was a dumb move. Houston, you really got a problem. Joe Midas Mind Miller defend.
You know what? Houston ownership. Your team goes 4-7 and you dump the coach. You got a great team put together. You have the talent. You have the talent. Can you panic this early? When you have a man with pedigree, when you have a man that had no talent in Minnesota before and made them viable, when just last year you were a threat to win it all in the Western Conference, and you have a slow start this year, and the panic button is hit already? This reeks of San Francisco 49er and Jim Harbaugh type crap. Really? Now, I will say this. I'd like to see Bernie Bickerstaff get a chance, but I wonder if the real power players in Houston, and I mean power players, players, didn't come together and think Coach McHale had been maybe a little too hard and a little too pressured. Could it possibly be that people who aren't performing up to their level because they feel like they'll get it together over 82 games and we got this talent, we can do it how we want to do it, did they appeal to ownership and kill this guy? Or was ownership just not liking somebody they had just hired a few years ago so bad that 4-7 made them turn backflips? Something is really crazy in Houston, and it's really sad to see this happen. But Bernie, I'm with you, bro.
All right, okay. You heard the defense from Joe Midas Mind Miller. But what's Dizzie Mac thinking over there on that bearskin rug? Getting rid of Coach McHale was a dumb move. Defend.
Man, a dumb move because, see, you putting the blame on somebody who deserve the blame. You got D. Light Howard. Why does every place he go, he can't get along, coaches get fired, things get shaken up? It's like, dumb move. You got James the Beard Harden, always, looking to shoot the ball, do the things that he's trying to do to get the team a win, but they're not listening. Shooting too many twos, not enough threes, not making anything. What's really going on, Houston? You got a problem. Big problem. Blaming McHale, a Hall of Fame player. He knows how to win and motivate. Look at him. He's been to the mountaintop. Hey, Houston got a problem. They got the wrong players. I shouldn't even call them players. They should be called playettes. Bad move.
Dizzie Mac, the Houston Playettes, first lady. Getting rid of Coach McHale was a dumb move. Houston, you really got a problem defending.
Daryl Morey will regret firing Coach McHale because he was trying to get his superstar to play defense in practice. I know we're talking about practice. Yes, good defense starts in practice and carries over to the games. McHale wanted his team and superstar to play better defense. What is wrong with this? All the great teams that win a championship play defense. Sure, the team was struggling and lost 4 straight games, but the season was still very young, and they were 4-7. There was still time to turn around the season. McHale has been a winning coach, and it seems that Kevin ticked off the wrong person. His superstar. Look, Daryl Morey cannot make it about James Harden. There are 14 other players on the team. All this firing, this firing was very shocking because Morey had given McHale a guaranteed $12 million 3 years extension. That's a lot of money to pay out a fired coach.
Wasted money.
You have a problem.
Well, you heard the defense from the panel, but this is flip it. Panel defend. You can't fire the team, so you fire the coach, and the coach was simply not making it happen. Just like Apollo 13, the Rockets will turn it around. Dizzie Mac defend.
Man, yeah, you couldn't fire the team. So the coach had to be the one to walk the plank. He wasn't making it happen. He wasn't reaching the players. How could he relate? McHale is, and Midas Mind agree. McHale is shorts. Hey, today's basketball player got the baggy shorts, long shorts. McHale is black Converse basketball shoes. Today's Daisy Dukes versus Capris. What do we have here? A product to communicate, which Coach McHale could not do. Yeah, he wanted McHale's Navy, but you had, L.A. street ball. You had Georgia, peaches, as in Dwight Howard. You might as well just a bit of peach, just like the housewives. Because you're not going to hear nothing, but just crickets chirping when you're trying to talk to them. I don't know. Hey, they get mad at them because they were shooting long twos instead of stepping back shooting a long three. A miss is a miss. If you're going to miss a long two, you're probably going to miss a three. So, hey, fix your jumper. But McHale wasn't that kind of play. Posted up is his thing. Playing down low. You couldn't even get Dwight Howard more than 4 shots the other night. The game before you got fired. 4 shots? And he's supposed to be the big man? Big problem. I don't know about you, Joe. But McHale had to walk the plank. But they'll turn around. Because, again, you got a NBA, lifer son coaching. Bernie Bickerstaff's son. And watch. He'll implement some of what his father used to do and get the Rockets running.
All right, you heard the defense from Dizzie Mac, but we're moving on to the Midas Mind. The Rockets will turn it around.
Let me tell you, Dizzie Mac, Ronnie D, fine Kevin McHale was getting a clog out of the way. The league is changing. This man still thinks he can box. He wants to bang it down low. He sees himself with his Herman Munster shoulders standing under the rim. Nobody pushing him out. And he just puts his hands up, keeps his hands up, and he keeps the ball up high. Fundamental. And the game has gone to a shooter's league and a cutter's league and the speed of the game has increased. Now, he's got one of the best speed players there are. He's got James Harden. Underneath, he's got Dwight Howard. Now, Dwight Howard is useless in this new style. However, in this new style, he's got to be able to hear his players. He can't hear them. You see, he is 4-7 and starting off another great run. They can almost get there, and ownership doesn't want to almost get there. We've got the LA Clippers out here who already understand. We've got the Golden State Warriors out here who already understand. We're in the same conference with them, and they understand that you don't understand. You got to let the players have enough movement to be able to produce for you and be dynamic when they need to be dynamic. Kevin McHale was Herman Munster as a coach. He's stuck in yesteryear. Just like Dizzie Mac said, his shorts are way too tight.
I rather like the shorty shorts, but First Lady on that note, defend.
In sports, the superstar athlete is right and the coach must go. This is a scenario that has been happening for years. Magic Johnson got rid of Paul Westhead. Michael Jordan ousted Doug Collins, and Jason Kidd took care of Byron Scott. And now you can add James Harden to the list. Kevin McHale tried to make his superstar a better all-around player, but he wanted to be a one-dimensional. So someone had to go, and McHale lost the battle. I mean, McHale was really coaching a nightmare season, and the team was in the midst of losing 4 games. He was trying to make them a defensive team, but that is not who they are. The team was being blown out, and it was clear that the team quit on Coach McHale, spearheaded by James Harden and Khloe Kardashian. The Rockets still have a lot of talent, and because the season is young, they have a chance to turn their season around, but they better hurry up because the West is very, very tough.
Chloe.
All right. On the other side of the break, we have another performance from the Nice on Shout Out. Please stay tuned.
Chloe, don't do it. Don't do it. Cut the beard. Cut the beard. Eli Howard. Post them up, Joe. Post them up.
Stay away from the Kardashians.
Cross them over, First Lady. Cross them over, First Lady. Take the shot. Take the shot.
All right. You've heard the defense this week on the panel. First Lady, please take us to break.
Okay. On the other side of the break, we have another performance from the Ice on Shout Out. Please stay tuned.
Spit on it.
Oh, beautiful, just beautiful.
Oh, how adorable is that?
Oh. Edible Arrangements has a fresh fruit bouquet to make any occasion special. Our bouquets are made with fresh premium fruit, arranged in a variety of stunning displays. Make every occasion special with Edible Arrangements. Guys, the baby's over here.
Oh, all right. Okay, yes.
And don't even think about touching my edible arrangements.
For pickup or delivery nationwide, call 877-DO-FRUIT, 877-DO-FRUIT, or go to ediblearrangement.com. That's ediblearrangement.com.
Yeah. Oh, my. What a nice looking baby you've got there.
Make all your special moments. Moments with Edible Arrangements.
You are listening to Brawls, Panties and Sports. It's time for Shout Out Part 2, the picks and the finale. The music flows from around the globe to get a shout out from the First Lady and the crew. First Lady, take it away.
We have another performance from Nice. All right, DJ, let's play Mama.
I remember back in '08, I was trying to get my mind straight. I had dreams of being famous. It wasn't long before I awake. Now people say I changed. I started reading books and learning all about the game. Before I was in it for the money and the fame, but now I'm in it to win it and trying to make a change. But I'm getting impatient cause I waited too long. They all told me no, but I flipped it and now I'm on. I got my one chance, I'll be stupid not to take it. My pockets heavy and thinking ain't no difference unless you make it. But I hug my mama every morning before I leave the crib. I tell her I love her and let her know I'ma be big. And she never have a doubt in her mind, cause in the back of her mind, she always know I was young, yeah. I always told my mama that I'ma be a star. Now she see me out working, yeah, working so hard. To everybody that was doubting, I love you even more. Cause without your love, we wouldn't be where we are. I always told my mama that I'ma be a star, Now she see me out working, yeah, working so hard. To everybody that was doubting, I love you even more. Cause without your love, we wouldn't be where we are. I'm like, Ma, what's the next step? I don't know, what's the next step? Never stopping, you could bet that. I'm just trying to cause you less stress. She like, once you finish school, that's your best bet. Nah, mama, scratch that. I'm just trying to see the best check, so I'ma focus on this music, what I'm best at. High school, yeah, I graduated. My teachers talking, they was talking, I was glad they hated. I kept on moving up in life, oh yeah, I escalated and devastated. I know it got them aggravated, so I put down the pages, started writing rhymes and murdering all these stages. Wasn't getting paid, now I'm raising my own wages and going on vacation, so for now I can say this, yeah. I always told my mama that I'ma be a star. Now she see me out working, yeah, working so hard. To everybody that was doubting, I love you even more. Cause without your love, we wouldn't be where we are. I always told my mama that I'ma be a star, Now she see me out working, yeah, working so hard. To everybody that was doubting, I love you even more. Cause without your love, we wouldn't be where we are. I love you, mama. 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 Yeah, I do. I love you, mama. Yeah, I do. I love you, mama. I love you, mama. I love you, mama. I love you, mama. That's why I'm working and I'm shining every day. I keep on grinding what up. I always told my mama that I'ma be a star. Now she see me out working, yeah, working so hard. To everybody that was doubting, I love you even more. Cause without your love, we wouldn't be where we are. I always told my mama that I'ma be a star. Now she see me out working, yeah, working so hard. To everybody that was doubting, I love you even more. Cause without your love, we wouldn't be where we are. Mama, mama, mama. Mama, mama, mama. Mama, mama, mama. Mama, mama, mama. Mama, we wouldn't be where we are.
All right. Nothing like a mama's love. And speaking of mamas, I want to give my mother, Ethel Smith, a shout out for her 86th birthday on November 20th. So anyway, happy birthday. Let's get to the panel.
Birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mama First Lady.
Happy birthday.
Right.
We love you.
All right, Ronnie B., what did you think of the track Mama?
Shout out. Oh, I'm giving it a shout out.
Yes. All right. Joe, Midas Mind.
First Lady, the production was pretty. The message was great. I'm going to hit the mute on it simply because all I hear is mama, 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 and we need some daddies at home. Stop it.
You hit the mute. That's hating. That's haterade there, Joe. If you know it's all about the mama.
We are going Mama Skid Row because daddy ain't home to whip no ass. So,
okay.
Mama, but we need daddy. Come on now. Come on.
Come on. All right. Dizzie Mac, what did you think of Mama?
Mama!
Yeah, but hey, you know, I'm gonna shout out my mother, Doris Wells. I'm gonna shout that out. Hey, you can't go wrong with a mama song. And he was riding the beat, rapping to it, doing his thing.
Kiss the baby.
That's right.
All right. Okay. You know, I already shouted out my mother's. I know you like Dizzie Mac said, you can't go wrong with a mama song, despite what Joe said. I know we can give some fathers some love, but right now it's about the mamas. All right. That's the end of the shout out. If you like what you heard from Nice, check him out on Facebook. Nice Entertainment. That's NYCE Entertainment. If you like what you heard or have any comments, you can send your emails and tracks to panties@oldgrumpyradio.com. I have been the NFL champ 3 times. Will this be the year I am unseated? Well, I'm supposed to say not, but I don't know. Things are not looking good for me right now.
You tell us up.
Dizzie Mac, I mean, this man is on fire.
Yeah.
Dizzie Mac. All right, let's go over the score. Dizzie Mac ended up with 17,600 points. I had 5,700 points. And, Joe, you had negative 3,100 points. So Dizzie Mac is leading with 46,050 points. Joe is second with 21,075 points. And I'm right now with 16,100 points. Wow. Got to hurry up and catch up to Dizzie Mac before this is a runaway. All right, let's get to the games. 100 points per game. The Colts versus the Falcons. I'll start it off. I am going to go with the Falcons. The Falcons got to have a little comeback. They're home, and I think they will beat the Colts. Dizzie Mac, who do you have?
I'm going with the Colts.
Okay. Joe, you got the Colts.
Falcons.
Yay, Falcons. All right, the Rams versus the Ravens. Now, the Rams were blown away by the Bears, and the Ravens, man, they lost a tough one, and actually they should have won the game after the mistake the officials made against the Jaguars. That's a tough one. Dizzie Mac, who do you have?
I'm going to go with the Rams.
All right. Joe, who do you have?
I've got to go with the Rams.
All right. I'm going to go with the Ravens. They're home. I think they can do it. All right. Buccaneers versus the Eagles. All right. Buccaneers had a last-second win, and the Eagles with a disappointing loss against the Miami Dolphins. All right. I'm going to go with the Eagles. Dizzie Mac, who do you have?
I'm going with Famous Jameis.
Got the Bucks. Joe, who do you have?
The Bucks.
All right, the book. I'm
That
standing
sounds
alone.
like First Lady, that sounds like a Cowboy fan pick.
Right. All right, let's get to the scoop. Which quarterback will throw the most interceptions? Jay Cutler or famous Jameis Winston? 4,500 for the correct answer, minus 800 for the incorrect answer. All right, Joe. Jay Cutler is back on this list. He's been doing well. Who you gonna pick?
Ronnie B has already told you my ailment. Ronnie B has already told you I am ailing. Jay Cutler will throw the most picks.
Jay Cutler. All right, Dizzie Mac. Jay Cutler or Jameis Winston?
Jameis Winston. Still a little young, a little wet behind the ears, so he'll make a mistake or two. But they're still.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Winston too. Look, I've been riding with Jay Cutler for the past 2 weeks, and he obviously has not thrown an interception in 2 weeks, even though he probably is due now. But anyway, I'm gonna go with Jameis.
He's due, First Lady. He's due.
I know, you're right. He is due, huh? He is due, huh? Do I need to change my pick?
You said who will throw the most.
That's right. All right. Okay. So let's move on. Who will score more points? Tom Brady or the Arizona Cardinals? Dizzie Mac.
Tom Brady. Watch him. The best sneak quarterback in the league.
All right, Joe. Who has scored the more points, Tom Brady or the Arizona Cardinals?
Cardinals.
Okay, this is a tough one. I don't know. I'm going to say the Cardinals. Who will score more points, Russell Wilson or the Vikings? I'm going to say the Vikings. Dizzie Mac.
The Vikings.
Joe.
Russell Wilson.
I know that's.
I gotta catch Dizzie Mac. I can't both with it.
Which team will have more rushing yards, the Texans or the Bengals? 4,500 for the correct answer, minus 1,000 for the incorrect one. And on the previous one, it was 5,500 for the correct answer and 1,000 for the incorrect answer. So which team will have more rushing yards? The Texans or the Bengals? Dizzie Mac?
Watch for Giovanni Bernard to run wild on Houston and J.J. Watt.
Oh, okay, so you're going to say the Bengals.
The Bengals, yes.
Joe?
The Bengals.
I'm going to go with the Texans. Like you said, we got to catch up somehow. All right, let's go to the upsets. That's where we're going to have to try to catch up. 5,000 for the correct answer, minus 1,000 for the incorrect. The Bengals will upset the Cardinals. Dizzie Mac.
Yes.
I'm going to say no. Joe.
No, the Bengals will not upset the Cardinals.
I know, because once the Bengals start losing, they're going to start losing. All right, the Chargers will upset the Chiefs. 7,500 for the correct answer, minus 1,500 for the incorrect answer. Joe.
It is that time of year. Here's where San Diego rallies like every year. The Chargers will upset the Chiefs.
Dizzie Mac?
Yes, the Chargers will upset the Chiefs.
I'm going to say no. And the Packers will upset the Vikings. I'm going to say no. Dizzie Mac?
Yes, they will.
Joe?
Yes, the Packers will beat the Vikings.
Do you think there's a... Nah. We'll see. This is an interesting week.
Might have a shot first lady to catch up with him. Okay.
We'll see.
Oh,
all right. We'll see next week how we do. Before we go, I'm sorry, did you say something, Dizzie Mac?
Y'all not gonna catch me. I'm gone.
There you are. You in the lead. All right. Before we go, it is time to find out what we missed this week. Dizzie Mac, what did you miss?
I missed the New Orleans Pelicans stopping the San Antonio Spurs 6th Street. The Brow in last night.
Okay. All right, Joe, what did you miss?
I missed a Knicks fan saying that J.R. Smith choked the hell out of him, or had a reported bodyguard choke out of him for taking the clear. I thought that was kind of crazy, but J.R. looking like he got a hell of a strong chokehold.
I know, JR might be in a little trouble there. Ronnie B., what did you miss?
I miss Jameis Winston threatening a lawsuit over a CNN documentary and The Hunting Ground, which explores the rape accusation made against him while he was a Florida State player.
Whoa.
Watch your space.
Okay. Well, I missed all of the Warriors games. I mean, the team right now is on target to have a record for winning 15 straight games without losing. So I think they're going to do it, but I've actually missed all of the games that the Warriors played. So
and First Lady,
yeah.
Look at the schedule they got going forward. If they get through Denver and the Lakers, which they really should, right?
Right.
The next after that, this team could be 20-0. It's crazy. Yeah,
wow.
That's outrageous.
All right. They really going. I mean, I picked that they won't be the returning champs. I might have to eat those words. All right. This has been Cheryl Smith and the crew, and you have been listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports.
Gobble, gobble. Happy Thanksgiving.